DD214 Gaming Podcast is for mature audiences only. Any videos, music, or entertainment not originating from DD214 Gaming is used and covered under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, also known as fair use. Opinions expressed are our own and do not represent any DoD or U.S. government entities as a whole. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. You are no longer now because we have you.
I've dropped fucking eggs all over the fucking place while I was eating my fucking breakfast right now. Oh my god. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, the mute button.
My bad. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? How are you this morning, dude?
Oh
How
my
are you?
god. Oh man, I hear
spilling eggs, fucking up the intro, like just everything everywhere. Everything everywhere.
Listen, we're just going at it one day at a time. Good morning, Darla and Irving. Good morning, Diamond Rock RP. Who else is in here? Show your face. Show your face.
Get in here, you fucking Squillini. Where the fuck are you at?
Hello there.
Where the fuck you at, Squillini?
We
I
know
see you out there
Squillini's
somewhere.
here somewhere. I'm telling you.
Oh, we know he's here somewhere. He's coming. He's fucking. Oh, Joe, dude,
he
suck
does.
on his toes.
I don't
Suck
think.
on his toes, Joe. Yeah.
Well,
suck him.
The funny
It's
thing
only your
is,
dignity. Suck it.
you know what's real funny?
It's only your dignity.
I don't think he's been updated on the roster change.
Oh, probably not. Probably not. All right, how are you doing, man? How's everything going today, man? How you feeling?
Good morning, Devin Rembert. I'm feeling actually pretty good,
Hey.
man. I got my fruit punch. I got my poncho on. My man bun is up and ready to go. We're feeling good,
Rembert,
man.
Dude, it's a goddamn good day when Rembert's in the motherfucking house, dude. You want to talk about a fucking real motherfucking G? That's my man, fucking Rembert, right there.
Oh, fuck
that
me.
dude,
Let's go.
dude. I'm telling you, man. One of these days, in the far future, you know, when diamonds are raining from the sky, we need to have like a nationwide like DD214 gaming like meetup, dude. Because like I know all of us know so many badass motherfuckers, dude, and to have like just so many people in one place at one time, dude. Can you imagine the frightening party of a fuck fest it would be, dude? Like, and how badass would it be to just like fucking, how much of it, like, that's church right there, brother. That's spiritual, you know, the party that would occur if we all just got together, you know what I mean? Like, and just freaking like, and just bang, dude. Like, here we go.
I don't know what happened there. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
I hit the hallelujah button and it knocked me out.
Wow.
Okay. So yeah, let's keep on going. So yeah, so
Keep like go right back in. Just
all
go
right,
right back in.
Well, we're here. I mean, so Rembert says that you got me intrigued with the fuck fest.
The fucking basically like what I would imagine it being is like just the party to end all fucking parties. You know what I'm saying? Like you got all these freaking veterans, all these like gaming aficionados. You know what I mean? Their families, friends, and we're talking just like it'd be like a block party times like 100, right? Just like everybody staying in the same general area, congregating, you know, telling stories around the campfire at night. Freaking, there'd probably be, you know, the firing of weapons somewhere in there, I'm sure. you know, because everybody's gonna probably bring their shit. Whatever, dude. Like it would just be, it would be like Burning Man, except for veterans, right?
Oh,
like, you know what
shit.
I'm saying? Like, can you imagine? Like we all got the DD214. We ain't fucking worried about fucking getting kicked out anymore, man. Like I say, we make it like
fest. It's gotta happen.
Oh my god, it'd be like a week long. You know, I'm not gonna be satisfied unless like 3 people fucking die. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be awesome. Okay, it's gonna be badass. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, people. There are some people who want to die honorably like that. There's just some people who want to die in the heart of polka. All right, it fucking happens.
Is it too much to ask? I don't think I'm asking for a lot here. Either
listen, when that
in battle on the field or parting my balls off. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it too much to fucking ask? You know?
Yeah, listen, I don't think that Dale Earnhardt was mad at the way he passed on the raceway.
I don't think so.
You know what I mean?
Even tragically like it was, I would probably be I would definitely agree. I can't say like
not trying to be edgy or controversial.
No,
here.
No. But like,
there's some people who live to die, and they live to have that exciting death, not to kill themselves, but just to live the risk.
That's right, and a lot of times we find those people, oftentimes in life and throughout history, are the ones that their names are fucking remembered. Their names are the ones on the goddamn wall. You know what I mean? Like that's. Is it too much to fucking ask? That's all I'm saying. So how would you?
My God, that's actually fucking like. That's a dangerous event. That's like a cruise ship just for veterans. Like.
Oh yeah. Oh, we'd have to have fucking waivers, dude. Oh yeah. You need to sign a motherfucking waiver to come to our party.
We wouldn't even leave the dock.
Oh yeah. We might not, dude. We might get kicked out of our own fucking party, bro. Oh, which by the way, if anybody has never had the experience in life and checked the block of getting kicked out of your own fucking party, and my man fucking Rembert was actually at that party, but it happened to fucking me while I was in the army. I literally got 86 from my own fucking party, because that's how hard I fucking do some days. Okay, like, so yeah, like let's not get into all the freaking details on this particular episode, but yeah, that's totally been an event that occurred in my life. Yeah.
Holy shit. Well, he's put it laugh emoji, so he knows.
Oh, he knows. He knows exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
On the next episode of Stories with Jay.
Yeah, here it is.
No,
he remembers.
So
he fucking remembers.
My week was actually pretty good. It was brain productive. May I say? I got to see a couple of things. I got to listen to a couple of things, and I don't even know where to start. I'll start off with Tears for Fears. Fuck it.
Okay. So let's hear. So they released a new album, right? We talked about this last week.
They released a new album. They released the album February 25th. Okay, had no idea about this. All right, and the album came out in February. I saw them in the news, and they played the song. They haven't come out with an album since. Let me see. There was 2004. Then there was 2013. Actually, I think the 2013 was like a best of. But so 2000. Oh, okay. Yeah, 2004 was the last time they came out with an album.
18 years ago.
Yep. And let me tell you, this album is not that bad, okay? So the 4 songs that I personally enjoyed were The Tipping Point, okay. Long Time, Break the Man, and End of Night. And those 4 songs really show like nice little alternative new wave pop that was going around during the time when they were big. They still got it. They still fucking got it, man.
Tell me about "Break the Man." What the fuck? That song sounds like it's got some balls. Like what was that song about?
So I haven't dissected the songs yet, but I'm looking at the lyrics. It said, "This is never what I thought it was. This is not who we are. This is where someone was meant to say enough is enough." You know, so it's literally about breaking the man. You know,
there we go. I like it. That sounds very Tears for Fears.
Yeah, and the End of Night is actually my favorite track, and it's like it just kind of. Oh, man, we might get DMCA'd for this, but. You know, it's got that. It's got. Oh wait.
Oh, picking up audio.
Did you hear? Did you hear? Yep. You know, because I got
Yeah, because you got skills.
Yeah,
you got skills.
I'm trying to be. Listen, there's only one God behind this booth, all right?
Yeah, that's and yeah. We'll get into that. We'll get into that during my weekend review.
Oh, man.
Boy. Oh
well,
boy.
To go with my week, okay. So Tears for Fears, I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10. You know, just because these larger than life guys who came back together after all these years, and it's no secret that they had their own issues, like all these groups do.
Every fucking band ever. Yeah, no shit.
It's a
surprise, the band has issues.
The story
right?
is there, and it's a great album, guys. Listen to it. It's a nice little. Hey, I'm gonna sit down, maybe have a glass of whiskey, maybe smoke a bowl, and just relax. You know. Actually, I have something to add in too. Because I do have something else that I just started listening to. It's called Batman Unburied. Yes.
Unburied? Did you say unburied?
Unburied, whatever.
God damn you, dude! Like I'm so sorry. Like I shouldn't make fun of like.
No, but that's me.
Like unburied. Dude, was it unburied? Charles Barkley? Was it unburied?
Listen, like... we all know that this is what makes me me. Okay.
And we all know that fucking Jay's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, hey, and that's okay. Batman Unburied, check it out. It's actually a really interesting story, and like I said, I'm listening to it. It's not an audio book. It's a free Spotify audio show.
Okay.
I haven't gone too far into it, but it's pretty gruesome. I had to shut it off in the car because my son was like, "Can you shut this off? This is kind of scaring me." You know, because the guy's name is called The Hacker. And he's slicing people. He's slicing up like he stabbed Bruce Wayne. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. So
hey man, I'm already getting behind it right there.
Yeah, all you have to do is listen to it. Just listen to it. Each episode's like 30 minutes long. What I have next, I'm gonna leave For All Mankind last because it's just there's something special about it. But guys, I've watched it, and don't worry, I'm not gonna give no spoilers. But I watched The Multiverse of Madness.
Ooh, Doctor Strange, right?
Doctor Strange. Let me tell you, man, it's not a perfect 10. It's not a 9. It's an 8. Okay, and it's an 8 for many reasons. Okay, and when I watch these things, and I'm going to say this again when I talk about For All Mankind, production, characters, and story are the 3 things that I base my reviews on. And first thing, production. There were some things about this movie that you could see the edges of some of the animations where you could tell that they were using green screens or blue screens, and you could see the lines. You could faintly see them. And, you know, I'm not saying that I'm not being picky about it. I'm just saying, look, when I took some film courses when I was growing up, and there are just some things that you pick up that other people don't, you know?
Sure.
And this was just one of the things that I picked up on. The animations on it weren't fantastic, but their set pieces and like what they did for their surrounding areas were great. They were fantastic. They were actually kind of like when you look at like Salvador Dali painting, right? Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like dark Salvador Dali-ish, some of the backdrops and some of the sets there, and it worked really well. And may I remind you, this was a movie directed by Sam Raimi, who created The Evil Dead, who did Spider-Man, and let me tell you, he brought in his horror roots into this comic book world, and it worked.
I can dig that. That's bring inject a little surrealism into the Marvel Comics universe, right?
And when I say this, I mean
after all the absurdism.
And let me tell you, the absurdism was there. You know, it was there. You know, but what made it so special, how Sam Raimi was able to incorporate monsters and have them be these intergalactic beings.
Hey, good morning, Ms. Dana. Good morning, Ms. Dana. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. Good morning, Ms. Dana.
Good morning. Oh, it's Mrs. Mandalorian. Good morning. Thank you.
Oh, good morning, Mrs. Mandalorian. I hope the honeymoon was top notch. Like, congratulations again, kids.
Everybody, check out our friend at the Norse Mandalorian, Twitch TV, guys. And but yeah, Doctor Strange. So the horror elements were there, and there was literally like some things that like I was just like, oh shit, you know. And dare I say, it was all from our favorite neighborhood character, the Scarlet Witch. Okay, and they did such a good job. Characters, we were introduced to a new character called America Chavez, who who can travel the multiverses on a whim.
Okay.
Which is a very interesting character. We also, we have like 5 different Doctor Stranges in the movie, which was pretty cool. We got to see different characters, and I want to spoil something so bad, but I don't want to ruin it for guys. But the cameos that were in the film.
Well, I mean, I would not even. Yeah, I mean, you're obviously not going to.
Yeah, I can't.
You're not going to say who it is, but it's like, I mean, it's a Marvel Comics movie. You know, there's going to be some hidden Easter egg of a fucking whatever.
Do you want me to send?
Everybody's supposed to give a fuck about. You know what I mean?
Do you want me to send you a message on Facebook real quick? Do you want to know who the major?
Yeah, bro.
Hang on, I got you. Hang on, let me write this out.
And here's what I love about it. I love the fact that you're so much of a fan that I enjoy listening to your reactions to it probably way more than I would enjoy the movie itself if I was just sitting there watching it alone. Does that make sense? So it's one of the it's one of those things where I would rather not spend my time watching a movie that I already know I probably don't care about. But hearing you, an actual fan, talk about it with passion and, a lot of give a fuck, in your heart, that's oftentimes more enjoyable to me because you're my friend and I enjoy hearing you discuss things that you care about, like we probably should in a healthy relationship, right? Okay. Right. Yeah. Huh. Yay. Jazz hands for cameos. Yay.
Yep. Jazz hands for cameos. And it was a fantastic movie. Next was Story. Story was good. It was a lot of what the fuck. Oh shit, what's that over there? So yeah. Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness is an 8 out of 10. I would add, I actually want to add in that we went to go see, my wife and I went to go see the movie with the veterans of New Jersey, with the New Jersey Veterans Network, which was hosted by our friend Doc Shupp.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Tell me about this shit. How did that go? Because when we talked last week, you were literally like doing the podcast and going to the event. So like,
yeah,
tell me how
I was uploading the episode as I was walking out the door on YouTube. Like
more Doc Shupp. More Doc Shupp.
And let me tell you, and the event was held on Mother's Day. That's Sunday, our favorite day of the year. And man, Doc really held it down. He actually was able to show off his New Jersey Veterans Network commercial to us in the theater. And the theater, I sent this. Did I send you a photo of the theater?
You did when you were yeah.
Very, very personal, small theater. Definitely one of those theaters that you would be afraid of that someone was going to come in and hijack the place. I'm not going to lie to you. The place looked unsecure as fuck. I'm not trying to be crazy here, but listen to me.
This is a robbery. Everybody pull out your wallets.
It was definitely an old theater. And the first thing I did, I looked down and I sat down and I looked at Frenchie and I said, look, there's two doors, one on the left, one on the right. Something goes down, just, get down, hit the chair, we'll be fine. Everything's going to be okay. Just do a little crawl, we'll make it. And she just looked at me and she was just like, I was thinking the same thing.
Beautiful. Bonnie and fucking Clyde, dude, watching Doctor Strange, Doc Shupp's Doc Shupp helping with the New Jersey Veterans Network. That's fucking badass.
And guys, I also want to give a big shout out to the Jersey Veterans Network for holding the event. And I just want to say, Facebook has the Facebook donations for your birthday. My 34th birthday is on Friday. My Facebook donations will be for the New Jersey Veterans Network, guys. So, if you got a penny, 10 cents, help them out. They do really good things. They work with the Cal Palmieri Foundation. They work with, so many different organizations to help veterans in our area, and if you're not in New Jersey, they may know someone in your area to help you out. So, hit us up. You know, hit them up, check us out, donate, see what they got, see some events. They do tank pulls. They do fucking tank pulls. That's fucking cool. Who doesn't want to do a tank pull?
I don't know what the fuck that is, but it sounds pretty fucking
They're pulling
badass.
a tank. They get like 20 or 30 different veterans, and they just pull a tank. They put the thing on neutral, and they pull the bitch.
That's fucking badass.
It's badass. It's badass. You know? So,
yeah.
For my last review, hold the tears, everybody. I'm talking about a show that came out in 2019. Interestingly enough, there was actually some interesting points where during the show they were telling you to get vaccinated and mask up, and the coronavirus didn't even happen yet.
Ooh.
Yeah, very interesting stuff. So the show itself is called For All Mankind. It is an Apple TV Plus exclusive, and it is an alternate timeline story about what if we didn't make it on the moon and the Russians made it by a hair, by beating us.
Okay.
And to start off the first season, we're halfway through the second season, by the way. We're on like the third or fourth day of watching this show. It's incredible. And just literally right before we met up, I had just finished sobbing my fucking eyes out because of just how real this.
Did you have to cry it out a little bit, John? Was it one of those episodes?
It was literally one of those episodes. Like, me and my wife embraced each other, and like we were literally
Jesus.
Yeah, like it was like one of those. It was a very deep episode. The show itself is very real, and dare I say, the main character, the military side of him, reminds the military side of him, not the full character himself, because this character does have some flaws, and these are flaws that I don't see in this person, but the militaristic side of this person reminds me of my good friend Jay.
No shit.
Yeah, the main character Ed is a Navy pilot, to the books, stern about the mission, and he has his issues in his personal life, and like I said, not all the character reminds me of you, because they're different issues, but maybe when you watch it,
there's a fucking reason like our icon became like a fucking a raging dumpster fire shrugging. You know what I mean? Like that's like yeah. we're not exactly like spilling the beans that like we're all broken vessels here, right? But we have reestablished connection with like reality in our own lives, and learned how to persevere and be resilient against the things that like kick us in the goddamn dick sometimes, to the point where we're spitting blood. Yeah. You know what I mean? So this character Ed has the military side of him reminds me so much of you, because he is very like you are, by the paper. It has to be the way that it has to be, and that's it. Because it works. It's not always by the book. You have to go outside the box sometimes. And Ed does this. But when it works, it works. And it's like, we always had a saying in the Army, like, if it's stupid and it works, it's not stupid. Yeah. Right? Like that's that's like a big time saying, like not only in the Army, but especially in the fucking infantry. It was like where we had to just like jerry rig something and make it happen. Like that's if it's stupid and it works, it's not fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Like and so it's so, and like again, we're going by production, character, and story. So we're gonna start with character, and I put character middle finger. So the characters are just amazing. The first season it's a slow burn with the character development, but when you come towards the end of the first season, going into the second season, there's a major payoff to these character developments. And, we're talking about a story. We're talking about an alternate timeline story of some actual people who are part of this. One character, Deke Slater, is who was not an astronaut in real life, goes to space. Okay. There's one other. Do you know what the last Apollo mission was? Apollo 17. Yep. Would you like to know what Apollo mission we're up to now? In the show? In the show. I would love to hear it. Yes. 37. Okay. We're talking about moon bases. We're talking about people living on the fucking moon. But it's not just about that.
Okay, because now we're getting into story. Because characters are amazing. Like I said, the character development is amazing. It's so many characters, but they each have a purpose.
Can I ask one question about the moon bases?
Yes.
Does the storyline go into like, does like Russia and the United States like carve out territory on the moon? Are there like moon fights, dude?
Okay. The episode that I just stopped in, they're talking about bringing weapons to the moon. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about that. And it is becoming a political nightmare for President Reagan, who is president in this show.
Still makes it to president, basically.
Yep.
Still makes it to president.
But there is one president who was never a president that's in the show.
Okay.
And I won't get into that.
Also a real person?
Also a real person who lost the election.
Okay. I mean, with the beginning of this review, you had my curiosity. Now you have my attention, bro.
Yeah.
Like, as much as I fucking hate, like, fucking Apple fucking...
They do such a good fucking job with this, and so I'll don't worry, I'll keep it as short as I can. And listen, just so you know, we're not in the rush today, so.
Oh, dude, we are green to green, dude. Yeah. We are green to green.
So now we're coming into production, and we're talking about moon bases, okay? But we're not just, it's not just about. Oh, well, I'll get to that with story because I did characters, production, the way that they make the moon look is astronomically beautiful. They have these beautiful moments where characters walking alone and just looking at things that we would never be able to dream of, and what that does to a person. The moon looks amazing. The set pieces, like the base itself, the computers are of that time, and when you go over to season 2, it changes, and you could see the dramatic, because there is a 9-year gap.
Okay.
And when I get to story, I'm going to explain to you how they help bridge that gap.
Okay.
And it's something you're going to like. And so with the production, we're talking about NASA. We're talking about the Navy. Everything looks good. Everything looks practical. Everything looks real. There is not any inclination of I actually think that they're filming this on the moon and at NASA. Like, that's how good it looks. Like, I'm convinced. Shit. Yeah. And now when we get to story, Russia versus America on the moon, fantastic. We love it. It sounds good. It just sounds like holy shit.
Okay? Fucking Rocky 4, bitch. Rocky 4. Fucking...
Yeah, John Lennon's still alive.
John Lennon's still alive?
John Lennon is still alive.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah, and they don't, it's not a major thing, but it's...
They just show they show it in passing or whatever.
So this is how they connect the 2 seasons. Instead of coming out with a TV show or like an offset thing, they have if you go on the Apple TV app, either on your phone, Xbox, television, whatever, there is about 12 news broadcast stories that talk about what happens in between the 9 years before season 2 starts. And it talks about the Berlin, it talks about John Lennon, it talks about Reagan, it talks about this machine that was blueprinted but never happened in real life, but it happens in the show.
Okay.
A thing called the Sea Dragon, which I haven't seen yet, so I don't know if it's something that happened already or if it's gonna happen. But in the news article, they talk about this thing called the Sea Dragon, and after these broadcast videos, it tells you what happened in real life. So they keep you they keep you engaged.
Keep you in the loop. Yeah, they keep you in the loop basically.
And they do such a good job. I'm probably gonna finish season 2 today, and season 3 comes out. Yeah, season 3 comes out. Let me see.
Sounds like another show. Me and my beautiful girlfriend Nikki need to start spending some evenings on.
June 10th starts. Yep, June 10th is season 3, and the teaser for the season 3 says 1995 Mars. So there's a lot of really cool shit happening with the show. Dare I say, this is a 10 out of 10 show.
Oh, here we go.
This is a 10 out of 10 show.
John with the fucking 10s, dude.
Yeah.
Just fucking snorting lines.
And at first it was this. I was gonna go with a 5, But what changed it for me was the character development that they have for this show and how they keep it together and keep you interested so much that you're sitting there and you're just like, that's why they did this. Now I understand.
Right. Kind of like Dark. Is it
exactly like Dark? There is a payoff for everything that happens, and I'm gonna say it. Dark is my number one show, and now For All Mankind is it's not better or worse. It's tied. So you know.
Dude, well, I mean, it's one of those things where like, yeah, and it's like Dark. This is sounding like a show that doesn't sit there and jerk you off and like leave you with fucking blue balls. You know what I mean? Like that's like, it doesn't insult your intelligence. It's like, basically. So,
and it's very real. And when I say real, it talks about family values. It talks about PTSD from the moon. It talks about PTSD from the Vietnam War.
Okay.
When did Vietnam end again?
75.
75? Okay. I think it ended in 73 on the show. I don't remember.
Okay. I was going to say that if I was going to, in an alternate timeline, like if we missed the moonshot, like the Vietnam War was functionally over like years before that anyways. And we'll get into all fucking history, fucking
yeah. And it's and on the history aspect, you almost kind of wish that this stuff really happened, because like there's so many changes. Like, so you, as I said, Russia lands on the moon first, so you can only imagine the chain reaction and the domino effect of what happens after that. So 10 out of 10 show, guys. For All Mankind. You could 10 episodes each, and each episode is an hour and like 15 minutes long. They're movies.
Okay, so yeah, I was gonna say they're like in literature they call those novellas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they're novellas.
It's not a full 2 hour movie, but it's a shortened, like it's a book.
And actually, I have to show you my nail. Look, I don't know if you can see my thumb too good. I literally nearly bit my fucking nail off after
John,
one major. Listen, there was a scene, I can't even talk about it because it's so important to the show, that it literally had me like, I can't fucking believe, like I literally threw my hat on the floor and I was like, Chacho, I can't believe this shit. Such a good show. I
fucking A, dude.
I literally, once this episode is done, we're going right back into it. So I mean, it's such a good show. And that's my week, guys. I mean, it's been,
dude, holy shit,
my
John.
brain's on fire. My brain's on fire.
Dude. Well, and we got a lot to talk about today, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes,
we got a lot coming up. We got a lot coming up still. Like, I was actually curious. Did you want to? Were we saving like the vibe music for like just the news portions, like with gaming and military news?
I'm keeping it on throughout the show.
Oh, is it on right now?
Oh yeah.
Oh, my apologies, brother. My apologies.
No. You know. We got the jazz man playing. Actually, let me actually give a big shout out to the guy I've been using music from, because
please, by all means,
I
please.
don't know if we're ever gonna get sued for this or not, and if we do, I'm sorry, but I'm just saying, you know, Slam House, who has 444 subscribers on YouTube. We've been using your music on our podcast for the last like 4 or 5 weeks now, and it's been the same 1 hour and 19-minute track that we've been using, and it's worked every time. So big shout out to Slam House, and it's SLAMHAUS. In fact, I'm gonna hit subscribe on him right now.
I think I will too, and I'll send him a freaking shout out in one of the comment sections and tell him freaking thank you.
Yeah, and hey, I mean the thing that we're listening to is the DMCA free rock mix.
Free rock mix, DMCA free rock mix.
I like DMCA. I like DMCA.
Free.
You know, and it's guys like him. It's guys like him that make the world a better place, helping guys like us try to help make our content a lot better. You know, and for those assholes who don't credit where your sources are from, you're pieces of shits. You know, like you got it. You didn't do it by yourself. Jay says it all the time. You don't get there by yourself.
Dude, not a single one of us get anywhere by ourselves. And anybody fucking feeding you that fucking line of horse shit that they're like some kind of self-made whatever the fuck, lies. Fucking lies. Like Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger gave a speech to graduates at a college recently. Like, and when I say recently, it's been a couple years, but like it's a fairly well-known speech now. It's very motivational. It's fucking Arnold, right? But specifically in that speech, he addresses that he didn't get anywhere by himself, and he gave all credit to all of the events in his life to the people that were around him at the varying stages of him kind of like becoming who he has become. You know, that we now know is just like the fucking legend, basically, like the living legend, Austrian oak, motherfucking Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? And that's like
former governor of California.
None of us do shit like all by ourselves, man. That's such a fucking cop-out ass, fucking narcissistic, bullshit ass fucking bad attitude. Fucking, so anybody that says that shit, tell them to fuck off. Like, fuck off. So, sorry.
No,
I've got news for you. You're mine now.
Yeah.
You belong to me.
you can't hear that?
No, I don't hear shit for fucking sound effects right now.
You
Don't
want
worry
to know?
about it.
I've just realized something, Jay. I am so sorry.
What?
There we go. Can you hear it now?
Now I can hear it.
I've got news for you. You're mine now. You belong to me.
That's right. I like one of my favorite fucking one of my favorite lines in all of Arnold's movies, and out of all of Arnold's movies, and you know all the different one-liners he's had over the years. Like, one of my favorite lines was in God damn it, fucking the one where fucking like the devil comes to fucking Earth, right? And he like fights against Cairo. What's up, yo? What is up,
Cairo,
dude?
What's good? What
Fuck
was
yes,
that?
dude.
End of Days.
End of Days. Thank you. Like, he gets into like this fucking. He gets like so. He's like so rage fueled, like just divorced fucking dad, fucking like life over, fucking whatever. That he gets into a fucking rage fueled like argument with the devil. He's like, compared to me, you're just a fucking choir boy, a choir boy. Like, tell him that to the fucking devil. You know what I mean? Like, like, you can't go any higher than that, bro. Like that. Like, you're literally talking to the man, telling the man that he ain't shit compared to you because like you're such a badass. Only fucking Arnold could get away with that shit in a movie. Only
I don't
fucking
take
Arnold.
no shit from anyone.
That's right,
You need
dude.
Your clothes,
Arnold,
your boots, and your motorcycle.
I fucking
Fuck
love you
you.
so much, dude.
Stick around.
There is so many Arnold fucking. Holy shit.
Listen to me! We got to get out of here, Steiner!
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
I love that. Arnold's great. Arnold's great.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the clip of him with the cigar? And he's like, "This is my cigar, and no one's gonna tell me where to fucking smoke it. I'm gonna smoke it wherever I want."
No, I don't think I have.
Hang on.
Sorry.
I got you,
They
homie.
care
Hang
so
on.
much. Let me see this shit.
I got you.
By all means. By all means.
He says like, "This is my stove." Oh yeah, you ready? Listen.
Yep.
Because after dinner, everyone ought to have a cigar. So I tried it. Well, the rest is history. I'm still smoking stogies. I love it, and he introduced me to something really good. And I know now the next question. Knowing you, being the interviewer that you are, digging in deep all the time, you will say now, what does your wife think about that? Let me ask you something. When my wife's father has introduced me to stogies, what is she gonna say? She's not gonna say my father made a mistake, because her father never makes a mistake. So therefore, it is okay. I can smoke stogies around her. I can smoke stogies in my house. First of all, because her father introduced me to stogies, and second of all, because I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. I smoke my stogie anywhere I want. I don't have to find a hideout place like you.
Yes.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Arnold Schwarzenegger talking about stogies, baby. He don't take no shit from anybody.
You don't take no shit from
He's
anybody.
a fucking
dude.
stud.
Yeah, because I'm a fucking stud. That's why I do. Although I will say he was correct about one thing. Happy wife, happy life, yo. Like take that shit
Yes,
to the
he
bank.
is.
Take that shit to the bank.
So, all right. So, what's going on with your week, man?
Oh my fucking god, dude. So it's been a week. It's definitely been a week. So this week, as far as like basically my entire week was comprised of work, and that was literally all the way up to last night at 11 p.m. And all of the work that I did this week what completely consisted and centered around this event that I did security for yesterday at Arrowhead. But in the lead up to this, all the work I did was like, you know, I was pulling like 12-hour shifts, basically, like watching, you know, people set up and making sure people didn't go down like tunnels at Arrowhead. You know, this is all at Arrowhead Stadium, by the way. And because there was this giant fucking event there yesterday. And so, like, you know, they're set up, you know, equipment's coming in, people are walking in, walking out, blah, blah, blah. They needed people posted up at certain places in the stadium to make sure that people weren't going into the wrong areas. Okay, just that's put it that way. And I also want to send a shout out to my Arrowhead peeps, dude. Out of all the venues I've done, okay, Arrowhead security is by far and bar none the goddamn tightest. Like, Arrowhead security does not fuck around. Now, and I need to make it very clear here. I do security at Arrowhead, but I do not work directly for the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay, I work for a company that they contract, if that makes sense. Okay, the Arrowhead security, the people that actually work directly for the Kansas City Chiefs, holy fucking shit, do they take their job seriously? And like, security at fucking Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, dude, is goddamn like. It's about as Loctite as you can get. Like, let me just put it that way, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay, so props, mad fucking from a fucking infantryman who has a background, you know, like in kind of like what makes something secure, because I trained a lot to infiltrate secure areas, right? You know, like that's what we do. We fucking blow shit up and, you know, use violence of action to like go into places that people don't want us while they're also shooting back at us, right? So I can tell when a place is functionally secure. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so, like, yeah, mad props to the Kansas City Chiefs, dude. Mad fucking props.
Hey,
anyways,
just real quick, I'm sorry, Jay. I just want to answer Cairo's question. Hey, we're gonna run games very soon because we know Modern Warfare 2 is coming out very soon. We are, I'm glad she asked that question, because Cairo, like, we're gonna get a little bit into that a little bit farther along, but we're gonna have a little talk about, like, you know, some stuff changed for me this week, and we are now in a very happy place. I am gonna be on Twitch very soon, streaming again, like officially streaming, not only for myself but also for DD214 Gaming. It's the sky opened up, and it wasn't a thunderstorm this week. It started raining diamonds in this motherfucker. Yes, sir. That's actually that's our middle segment today too.
Yeah, it is.
So that's going to be such a good conversation. So guys, please stick around, because you guys want to hear this, especially if, well, you know, just stick around. You're going to like this.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
so
let's hear about this 168 hours, bro. So
okay, yeah. So I'm pulling 12s. I'm pulling 12s. You know, which functionally speaking, we're not talking about hard work here per se. You know, I'm basically just I'm keeping locations in various points around the stadium secure. Not exactly hard work per se, but when you're on your feet or walking around, or even sometimes sitting in a chair for however many hours, it does kind of wear on you, right? And so I worked up until I worked on Friday, kind of finishing up the setup, because the event obviously was yesterday. Okay, and so this, oh my God, holy shit. Oh, thank God I'm drinking a fucking beer. Good God.
It's happening.
All right, so before we get into Jay's Roadhouse, I'll tell you this setup and this major event was basically it was a free to all, what functionally amounts to a modern, like, Christian revival, okay? There's a little bit of backstory to this. So, a few suns ago, in my mid-20s, I became like a no shit, sold out, you know, hardcore, like, Jesus freak. And I kind of remained that way for about 5 years. Okay, so I came from a place of mainly secularism and just kind of like living by the seat of my pants in my youth and early adulthood. Became a freaking Jesus freak in my mid-20s, And then kind of as I transitioned into the Army, and especially when I went on my first deployment to Afghanistan, kind of just like, I'm good. And so I no longer really do any type of like what I would call functionally like a real religious thing anymore. I kind of just have left it behind me. I'll find out someday when I get there, and honestly, just don't care anymore. Really, just don't fucking care. I would rather live my life and have the experiences that I have and share love and gratitude with the world around me, and especially people that I love in my own world while I'm fucking here. I'm not really worried about what happens after right now. I would rather live in the moment and be present in life and be present for my children. And that's how I live my life. So like, that's a little bit of a backdrop to what we're doing. But yesterday kind of became kind of like a full circle, if you will. While I kind of was at the event and kind of saw everything going on around me, I kind of came full circle with the whole idea of specifically, just my relationship with the Christian religion. And good God, boy, did I pay a fucking penance. Boy, did I pay a fucking penance, John. Oh my God. Here we go. All right, John, you want to fucking roll that beautiful bean footage and freaking... First off, do you still have the picture I sent you of the event? Like it was called the Send. Okay.
Oh, that logo,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Do you have that logo?
Yep.
I do want to put that up because it wouldn't be fair to not kind of put out.
Shout them out.
It was at a it was held at Arrowhead Stadium yesterday. It was an event that was free.
Whoa. It was
what?
At the stadium?
Yeah, the event was at Arrowhead Stadium. Okay.
Holy
that's what all this was for. Do you have that logo up? Because I'm not seeing it yet.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up. You want?
Oh, my bad, dog.
I will say we're not in the Roadhouse yet, right?
No. I wanted you to pull that up just so they could see it. You know,
the
just
Send,
so they could,
right?
Yeah. So that way they would know.
There it is.
They would know basically like that's. So this is the little icon. This is what you'll find on the internet, and if you're looking it up,
A nice little cute little logo.
Oh, just a little cute little logo.
It's nice.
Always the sand.
I like it.
Always the sand. Yeah. Oh my God, John, where the fuck do I start with this shit? You want to freaking now let's pull up some fucking Roadhouse.
Tactical nuke incoming!
There it is.
Fuck yeah. Well, everybody, saddle up the old horse. It's time for Jay's Roadhouse. This week in Jay's Roadhouse, we talk about Jay going to a Christian revival and having to spend 16 hours of his life just surrounded by the Holy Ghost fire. Pick up a comfortable seat and saddle up, little pilgrim. Let's take a ride. All right, so, oh my fucking Jesus. And I mean that in every way possible. Oh my fucking Jesus, John. Good God. So, I get up yesterday morning at 05, basically, because it takes me, my show time was 07 at Arrowhead Stadium. So I start my day. I crack open a fresh shower beer. I get myself freaking ready, looking freaking hot to trot, dude. We do have a uniform when we're doing security at the stadium, but they give us like polos to wear basically over our uniforms. The uniform is either a white undershirt or like a white long sleeve. I wore the white long sleeve, but under the white long sleeve, I wore one of my new favorite shirts of all time, and it was a gift given to me by my homie Slayer Chris in Pueblo, West Colorado, dude. He gave me a fucking badass Slayer shirt. Okay, I wore that shit underneath my fucking white long sleeve. Okay, so I get to the fucking stadium. It's 07, dude. Mind you, when I got to the stadium, there were already people in line at the gates. Gates didn't open till 9, bro. Gates didn't open till 9. So if this gives you an idea of like how hardcore people go in the paint for Jesus, dude, like people going hard in the paint for Jesus. Okay, all right. I mean they're freaking throwing elbows. You know what I mean? No, not really. Okay, they're very.
Hey, listen, it's happened. It's happened. I've seen it.
It's happened, but I'll tell you what, dude. Like
not
this
here.
was not. this was not this. This was definitely not that kind of festival.
That's
so
good. Well, that's
yeah.
really good.
Well, and it was very. I gotta comment briefly too. Like coming from a background where I spent several years of my life like just fully believing, and I've been and willingly participated in, Christian music festivals, and going to what might amount to like a revival or a spiritual revival. You know what I mean? I've experienced some of this in modern American like Christendom. Okay, I've experienced some of this, and very willingly too, I might add, previously in my life. So doing this event now, coming from the perspective once again in my life as a non-believer, it kind of like it kind of flipped my wig a little bit too, because I was like, okay, well now you get to see what it was like, as a non-believer, seeing how people are that are believers. You know what I mean? Like hardcore believers, not just believers, but like I'm talking like, yeah. A lot of these people harden the paint for Jesus. Nothing wrong with that, by the way.
Oh.
If that's your thing, and if that's what makes makes you a better person, I'm all for it.
Listen, we're all inclusive here at DD214.
We really
if you're
are.
hard in the paint for Jesus, or hard in the paint for Satan, or hard in the paint for the potato, hey, we're here for you. We are. We're all inclusive. Hey.
100%. And I think we absolutely have to acknowledge that Christianity is the predominant religion in our country. Yeah. So obviously, like, I've had a background in it. It's a cult. Christianity is a cultural thing out here in the Midwest. It's very much a cultural thing, almost like Islam, almost like Islam is in the Middle East. When you get into the Bible Belt and the Deep South, Christianity is cultural. It's not just
in there, yeah.
It's deep in there, bro. Them roots go fucking deep out here, bro. Like, so we're talking about like massive oak trees and sequoias in the Midwest and Deep South when it comes to functional, and modern American Christianity.
That's spitting holy water over to the redwoods over in the Midwest.
Yeah. So I pull. I was one of the gate guards getting people in the gate originally. So I spent basically the first hour or so, hour and a half, just getting people in the gate. Once I got pulled off the gate, I'll get into that in a minute. But oh my fucking God, John, do you want to know what my shift time was yesterday? Like how long my shift was?
I'm curious to hear this.
I worked yesterday at Arrowhead Stadium from 07 till 2300.
You were there all day.
16 hours, brother. So you 16 motherfucking hours.
Did you have breakfast there?
No, I told you I drank a shower beer, dude, before I fucking went.
That's right.
Now here's the thing, because this event was so massive, and they basically like rented out Arrowhead Stadium to do the event. Arrowhead had some of their concessions open. Okay, so there was a point during the day, twice actually, where I had more than enough free time to go grab food from the concession, and they give you little vouchers. Like when you do these events, they give you like $10. Oh,
that's good. That's pretty cool.
They give you $10 to use at a concession for free, basically, like at Arrowhead. Like they all so it's yeah. So I did cool. Eat while I was there. I don't want everybody to think I did like 16 hours at Arrowhead and they were fucking starving me and like whipping me with like fucking like you remember when Jesus fucking kicked the fucking money changer's ass?
Yeah.
Like flipping over fucking tables, like he's sitting there like weaving a cat of nine tails.
Jesus was a wild boy too. People forget.
Dude, Jesus forget. Like, dude, my problem with Christianity has never been the historical Jesus. I shit you not. My problem has never been historical Jesus.
Of course, no.
Okay, it has never been my problem with it. And we're not going to get into my issues with Christianity on this episode. Okay, so, but do keep a light heart in my review coming up, because I do have a review. Do keep a light heart, because we are definitely going to poke some fun. But yeah, can you imagine like Jesus making a cat of nine tails? Like, oh, making money changing in my father's temple, huh?
Yeah.
Right before he finishes the cat of nine tails, fucking flips a table on the fucking.
Take this fucking sandal, motherfucker.
Just starts whipping some fucking ass. Like, they weren't doing that to me. Like, nobody was. No. It didn't like that. I had plenty of time to fucking sit down for a couple minutes, because I was literally yesterday. I was on my feet all fucking day.
Wild.
All fucking day. So like, we'll get into that part a little bit too. So, but yeah, so that's kind of like the background to this whole event. But this was a major fucking event. Like, it was free. So if we're doing AARs, like, we'll do a sustain. It was definitely free. Okay, so nobody had to really pay to get there. You could make donations that would get you down on the field. So they literally covered they literally covered the football field with these plastic big giant plastic squares to protect the grass, basically. And so they covered the entirety of the field. And so you could donate money online or whatever, and you'd get like a green, wristband or whatever fucking color was that day, and you'd get to go down on the field, like, and just be like at the stage or whatever. This was an all-day event. It did not end until 10 p.m. So gates opened at fucking 09. The event was over at fucking 2200. So the event itself was 13 fucking hours. Okay, so trust me, when like
the whole time,
it was not packed. Okay, like at its busiest, there was a lot. Like, and you have to remember, Arrowhead is open dome, open air. I said open dome, dumbass. Fucking Arrowhead is an open air stadium. So there was like a sun in the sky. Okay, it's beaten down. It's like there was plenty of people that like went fucking hard in the paint. They were like on the fucking field and in the stands when it first opened. They first started their first like kind of opening salvos of like a little bit of worship music, pastor preaching or whatever about whatever.
Christian rock up in the house.
They didn't, dude. I'm gonna get to that shit. Like, I'm gonna get to that shit.
I love Christian rock.
Bro, and that was another big difference. Like a lot of the events that I went to when I was a believer were like, there was always like some fucking rock and roll, dude. Like, just like, whatever, right? Like there was some, it was the way they do Christianity on the West Coast and the way they do Christianity out here is a little bit different, bro. It's a little bit different. And it's like, yeah, and both are definitely extreme in their own ways, right? Both are definitely extreme, but they definitely do it different out here. They definitely do it different. So, oh my God, dude. I don't even know where the fuck to start, dude. Oh, hold on. I got to pull up my notes. This is just...
He pulled out the pen and paper for this guy.
Dude, I'm winding up. I'm winding up. Oh my God. So basically, like, gates open at 9. I get pulled off gates at like about 10:30. And then this is where I start doing like what we call like, I just start like doing sweeps basically in my section. And let me tell you, brother, boy, if I didn't get my black cold soul just fucking gaped by the Holy Spirit while fucking like the blood of Christ like finishes on my fucking face, bro. Okay, like I got drenched in that Holy Ghost fire, bro. Let me fucking like. Have you ever had to spend like 13 hours just surrounded by just people who are just smiling like the Joker? And then if they're not smiling, they're crying, or maybe like shaking on the ground, or like, I don't, have you ever done that?
No.
I have.
Not that long.
Okay. Dude, if there is a fucking heaven and it fucking exists, dude, I think I'm going to get there solely because I just spent 16 hours of my fucking life dealing with fucking that shit yesterday. Yo. Okay. And if it doesn't get me a free ride into fucking heaven, it's got to make up for at least 10,000 years in hell. Like, I mean, it's at least you gotta knock off at least 10,000 years in hell.
There's a timeline. Did you have like a period or something? Because
bro,
you may know more than I do. Because if that's the case, I don't mind. I could do a couple thousand years.
This was basically like the order of events, and then it just basically like started repeat. Like they hit the repeat button all day throughout the day. Okay, so the order of events was worship song, get people fucking fired up. Pastor comes out and does his like firebrand teaching, which by the way, that was another thing. Like a lot of these fucking like pastors or teachers or whatever the fuck they got, dude, like it sounds so fucking angry, bro. Just angry. It's like, bro, like fuck, man. Like I don't know if I'm cool with this, bro. Like your God kind of sounds mad, bro. He sounds mad.
Angry, positive.
Just the fire, yeah, like that firebrand, like that old time religion. It's that firebrand.
I can't believe you would spend $10.99 on that milk just for you.
It's, oh my God, dude. And some of them like that, like they're so passionate, right? And you're just like, holy fuck, dude. Like, are you angry? Like, are you okay up there? Like, and just like, it's just like, I don't want to get, but like,
that's like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the pastor who was like trying to blow the COVID away. Do you remember that guy?
Oh yeah, fucking, that dude. That is like a known. I'm not even gonna name that guy's name on this fucking podcast. that guy, if there is a real thing such as like demons in reality, okay, all demons and all monsters are human, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just be the first to fucking like clue you in on that, okay? All monsters are fucking human, and that cocksucker is one of them, dude. Okay, that's a whole nother level. This isn't even like the shit that I experienced yesterday, because I guarantee you, the people that I experienced yesterday are all very, very passionate about their beliefs, and like, and I know they believe it because I've been there in my own journey and walk through life. I've been there. I know exactly what it's like to be a very passionate, on fire, spiritually freaking driven Christian in the United States of America.
Did you feel like any kind of like
no
energy or like enlightenment at all?
I always enjoy energy of the crowds, okay? But no, fuck no. Like no, I'm so far removed, my friend, like from that era of my life, like there's nothing. And honestly,
at least everyone was smiling, right?
Oh yeah. People were happy to be there, and like, you know, but if we really want to do like a philosophical deep dive on Jay, I think part of the reason that I went back to Christianity in my mid-20s was because I was born in the Midwest and I had grown up like notionally Christian, right? Because it's a cultural thing out here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it was a cultural thing within my family. And so in my mid-20s, when I started kind of like, I guess, evolving as a young man, and then just becoming a full-fledged like man, you know what I mean? Like I had like an awakening. Like a man. Okay, like I just had an awakening in my mid-20s. Okay, it was also, I will also say this, like, and be very frank about it. Like, it was probably also something that I needed in my life at the time. Whether or not I agree with what I did back in the day, or how I thought, or how I believed, it was definitely probably something that I needed in my life at the time. By the way, when I became a Christian in my mid-20s, I did like 3.5 years of sobriety. So like, I'm talking like no booze, no marijuana. You know, this is way before I joined the army. No marijuana, no booze, no nothing for like almost 3.5 years. I think when I finally cracked my sobriety, I had like just shy of like 3.5 years. So yeah, it was probably something I needed in my life at the time. Seeing it from the flip perspective now, especially like 15 years later, like no shit, seeing it now 15 years later, as far as like feeling something like that, like, nah, it didn't happen, and nor did I really expect it to. It wasn't, and also it wasn't the type of Christianity I was used to. I didn't hear a single song yesterday. There are still Christian music songs that I would immediately recognize, know who's singing, people that I've seen live, and by the way, very functionally famous Christian music artists. You know what I mean? Like, and some of them are very, very good. There wasn't really any of that either at that yesterday. Like all the worship music they did was on stage, obviously, but it wasn't like bands. It was a worship band that played along with the sermons and stuff like that, which added a whole nother kind of like manipulative element to it. You know, where like they're playing this fucking soft ass like cello music while they're fucking like trying to bring people to Jesus, which gets me to like the altar calls. Oh my fucking God, dude. How many fucking altar calls did I hear yesterday, dude? Dude, if the Apostle Peter had been at this fucking event yesterday, he would have had the opportunity to deny Christ like 45 fucking times instead of like the 3 times that he denied him according to the Bible, right? Like, holy fucking shit, bro. Like literally. Altar call after altar call, worship music, sermon, altar call, worship music, sermon, altar call for 13 fucking hours, bro, in the fucking hot, humid Missouri sun.
Hey, they towed the line for Jesus, bro.
Hot, humid Missouri sun, which gets me to my next point. Arrowhead Stadium, recently refurbished, and they finished their refurbishing like just a few short years ago. When Arrowhead Stadium was refurbished here in Kansas City, beautiful stadium, by the way, like always was, but they modernized it, and it was just finished a few years ago. They made the Chiefs Hall of Honor. They call it the Hall of Honor, basically like the Chiefs version of like, you know, their team's Hall of Fame, right? The Hall of Honor now is like, they can open the doors and you can just walk through it when you're going through the stadium. So people were coming inside you know, this is around like 11, 12, 1, 2 o'clock. Entire families were coming inside and sleeping sleeping and like laying down on, because it's carpeted and it's very pleasant in there and there's air conditioning, right? So like the Chiefs Hall of Honor is like 3 different rooms on this level of Arrowhead Stadium, and it was just like a sea of like Woodstock bodies, right? Just like, and dude, like I first started noticing people do it because, like, mind you, I'm just doing circles on foot around Arrowhead like this, just over and over doing circles, right? And around like, I remember around like 11:30, maybe noon, the Chiefs Hall of Honor, bro, smelled like fucking just BO and fucking like booty sweat, bro. Just like, oh my fuck. Let me tell you something.
Booty sweat.
Let me tell you something, motherfuckers. If you're gonna like come like from several states away to Kansas City, Missouri, and especially you motherfuckers that live right here, if you're gonna go to an all-day goddamn event in the middle of fucking May, bring some fucking wet wipes next time. All right? Wash your fucking ass the night before.
Hang on, I have to play this. I have to play this.
Play it.
You know your booty sweating, busting the nut. I had to.
Oh, dude. And it was like, dude, it was just like, man, about, like I said, about 11:30 to like 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, dude. Like everybody in there was just freaking to the funk, bro. And it got funky, dude. It got funky in a hurry, dude. And I was like, you motherfuckers, dude. Like, oh my God. Like you knew there was no re-entry. So like once you go into Arrowhead, dude, you can't go back out to the parking lot. You have to like sign all the way back in. Like that's what I'm saying. Like Arrowhead security doesn't fuck around.
So like straight up, so they just stood inside.
They were outside, and then they would come inside to cool off, like to the Hall of Honor area, and just turned it into the Hall of fucking Stank, dude. Like, oh my God, damn, dude. Holy shit. Fucking stop, people. Like, think ahead. Think ahead. Like, plan, prepare, execute. Motherfuckers, dude. Like, get a fucking plan together. Oh. All right, so basically, that was basically like the rinse repeat to kind of tie the whole thing together and to finish the night. And this was like, and this is after a long day, dude. Based on how my feet felt yesterday, you know, like, because, you know, like I was in the Army for like over a decade. Like I know how far I've walked sometimes by how my feet feel. I'm estimating somewhere minimum 12 miles.
Woo!
And I honestly probably, like, and I looked at my feet this morning, I was probably encroaching more closer to like 15 plus.
Here we go.
Go. I put that,
Arrowhead.
Bro, like I was doing laps around the stadium. I was going up the spirals, going up to the upper deck area, walking across, spiral down, circles, spiral up, walk across, spiral down. Yeah. So to end this event,
such a fun job.
So they did like 500 altar calls, right? To end the event. Oh my fucking God, John.
Was it an altar call?
Dude, it was a no shit. This altar call lasted over a fucking hour, bro.
The main event.
The main event after 500 altar calls was another altar call. But this one, but wait, there's more. This one was a fucking hour long. And oh my God, these fucking sobbing, crying fucking bitches, dude.
Oh my God.
Fucking lose your fucking balls. You're a fucking grown-ass fucking man on a stage in front of thousands of people, and you're fucking crying about it. What in the fuck are you crying about? Like, if you are so fucking sure that this shit is fucking legit, what the fuck are you crying about, bro? Like, I don't need a fucking God that's gonna fucking turn me into a sobby fucking crybaby fucking mess, dude. Like, still fucking milking the fucking dude.
Just crying,
dude. Last time I checked, dude, I got off a fucking mom's tit like over fucking 30 years ago. Okay?
You know, if anyone ever sees this, you're done.
We're just poking fun here, dude, and we're all keep it tongue in cheek, right? I told them they do that. I told them, dude, I'm poking fun, dude. I'm poking fun. You're not. I'm just saying for my personality.
Of course. Listen, we all have our opinions.
Dude, for my personality, dude, like you're not bringing me to Jesus with the crying shit, dude. That's all I'm saying.
You know, I'm gonna be in a lot of trouble. I'm gonna be in a lot of trouble in a few years because, like, when that day comes, right? You know, Big Louie is gonna come up to me, and he's gonna be like, "You remember when you said this? No cheesecake in heaven, marijuana in hell. You remember that, right?"
Yeah.
You're gonna hold up to your bargain. Like that's what's gonna happen to me. I'm gonna. He's gonna catch me at the gate. He's gonna be like, "Homie."
Hey, bro, man. Like, I mean, you know, I don't like to freaking talk a lot of shit, you know, about where we've been and what we've done in life. But yeah. I mean, like, I was in the fucking infantry, bro. Like, let me tell you something. Anybody entertaining some kind of like eternal life fantasy, you know, like especially it was in the infantry and some of the other combat MOSs out there, dude. Like, if there's a fucking heaven, kids, we ain't fucking going to it. Okay, and so if those two places actually do physically exist, or on some spiritual plane or some dimensional level, fucking places like that actually exist, fucking I already know I ain't fucking making it, dude. And I don't want to go anyways because none of my fucking friends are gonna be there.
Well,
so why the fuck would I want to be there?
Let me tell you something. I always thought that a soldier always does God's work, no matter what side you're on. So
I mean, according to the Bible, dude, God created evil. So
you gotta balance it out. You gotta balance it out.
I'm gonna balance it out for God, dude. You know, fucking, hey man, I'm giving fucking double taps for fucking Jesus, dude. Double taps for Jesus all day, bro. And hey man, waging fucking spiritual war in the Middle East. Fuck no, I'm not. Fuck that.
And listen, he's not. Wait, are you double tapping the nails or?
Oh no. I'm taking a human life. I'm just taking human lives, dude.
Oh shit.
I'm just taking human lives for Jesus. I'm just doing what I'm trained to do, bro. Isn't that? Fuck yeah, dude. All right, so crying ass fucking hour-long fucking altar call. People finally fucking leave. I am finally like somewhere within the last 90 minutes, I started feeling it. Like it was the end of the night. I was finally slowing down, which by the way, 41 fucking years old, dude. I didn't slow down until I was at like hour fucking like 14 plus.
Yeah.
So like for all y'all out there that have like been looking for a reason to like, you know, maybe step off the couch for a little bit this week, do that fucking walk you were thinking about doing, maybe hit the gym because you haven't been there in a couple weeks. Let your old fucking friendly neighborhood Jay fucking tell you, man, do it for yourself, man. Do it for your fucking self, dude. Get yourself better. I went fucking hard in the paint yesterday, keeping the sheep and the flock protected for 16 fucking hours, dude, and I made it. And I still fucking woke up after sleeping 5 hours last night this morning, all right? Okay, and I'm still sitting here with a fucking hard dick, all right? Jesus hates a fucking pussy, so don't fucking be one, all right? All right? So, that was fucking Jay's Roadhouse for the week. Saddle up next week, little pilgrims, and we'll see you again.
Yeah, there we go. That's going to be a spin-off one day, I'm telling you.
Jay's Roadhouse, dude. Jay's Roadhouse.
Real quick, where is my, I have so many buttons now, I don't even know where anything is now. Holy shit.
I know, it's almost like we need a producer.
I know. I actually kind of like this. Oh, wrong button. Wrong one, guys. Wrong one. Oh, there it is. I just found it. Rogue Perfect. Energy.
Oh boy, kids, it's that time of the week. You can't do shit if you ain't got Rogue. When you gotta get up at 05 in the morning to go protect Jesus freaks for 16 hours of your day, you use Rogue. When you're about to get absolutely face fucked by that Holy Ghost fire, you need Rogue. So chop up some lines on the top of your toilet before you crack that shower beer to wash the sins of your fucking body away. Snort that Rogue. You will hear colors and taste sounds. Have you ever wondered what the number 7 feels like? You'll know with Rogue.
DD214 does not condone the use of snorting, sugar up your nose. Yes, we fucking do. Do it.
Hail Satan!
Oh man. So let's so you had a big thing that happened this week.
Oh, by the way, you also know if anybody from Rogue ever sees like any episode of our podcast, we're also done with them, right? You know that, right?
Yeah. Oh, we're fucked.
I think they just signed us up and like nobody fucking checks it. So like they have no idea. Like we have literally been doing this for like we've been doing this bit for like I think a year now almost.
We've been talking about eating ass, killing Russians.
Oh fuck yeah, stacking, dude,
snorting them. We're
dude.
Rogue Energy is not gonna like us. So
it's like, dude, next week we should do a thing where we talk about like smoking it out of a light bulb. Like fucking, can you imagine? God fucking damn it,
I'll
dude.
do it live. I'll fucking do it. Fuck it, we're going live.
Bet you won't do it. No balls.
Oh man, that'd be great. So you had the big thing that happened to you this week. You got your big
Well,
VA?
basically, well, I got my rating.
Yeah.
And
congratulations, by the way. That's
well, we've never really delved. You know, when we do our serious bits on this show, we've never really delved too far serious, at least not for a while, into really like the military side, what we experience, what we go through. What happens on the back end after you get out. You know, we really have not done a deep dive on some of these things, really ever at this point. So basically like when you get out, either while you're still transitioning and still active and getting out, you can get some of these like medical appointments taken care of so that you are receiving your compensation, your disability compensation from the VA, basically as soon as you get out. I elected not to do that when I got out because due to circumstances and situations in my personal life, when I signed my deck statement, I barely had a year left on my contract. So a lot of that year was spent prepping and planning and stressing and everything else about everything else in my personal life first. I was not worried about
seeing that from the outside too.
Sure. And so I was not as worried about a VA claim, a VA disability. Initially, my plan was always to get to Missouri, and once we were here, I would start filing my claim, which is exactly what I did. So my claim went through in I think in the last week of January, and it was closed. My claim was closed this week, a few days ago. Jason Gasses, welcome.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning. Jason Gasses, dude. Like we miss you, bro, and like we're gonna be going hard in the paint here soon. Like
hey, don't worry, Jason. You can always go back on YouTube and you can always rewind it. It's an on-demand thing. You're good, brother.
Absolutely, but always good to see you, brother. Always good to see you. So yeah, so my claim was closed this week, and so we basically ended up with what I would call like a favorable rating. And so it's something that doesn't get talked about a lot, but for a lot of veterans that are out there are a lot of veterans out there, and I know this for a fact. There are a lot of veterans out there that never file their claim, and there are a lot of veterans that feel like they didn't do enough, aren't worthy, X, Y, and Z, whatever existential thing that causes veterans to not feel like they're worth it or whatever. There's a lot of veterans out there that do this. It's epidemic in the ranks, and I especially know this as I'm a life member of the Veterans of Foreign Wars, and so I've seen it firsthand. Veterans that don't have a claim in, and me and John both want to encourage everybody on this podcast. If you are a veteran,
please,
regardless of branch, you got a DD-214, file your motherfucking VA claim. Okay. This is I'm saying this from a perspective of like there's no expectation on what you get or don't get or any of that bullshit. It's not about that. What it's about is you served your time. You did your time. Like there's an organization in place, and whether they're good, bad, we're not going to get into the whole VA fucking thing right now. You have a right to your claim.
Yes, you do.
And you should not ever feel guilty about filing a claim. Okay, just because I did mine, very, very soon and shortly after I exited the Army, You know, it could be 10 years from now. I'd be kicking myself in the ass, but it could be 10 years from now. You can still file a claim. If you've been out for 15 years, you can still file a claim. Like this is
Actually,
a real thing.
Can I add something to that?
Please, John, please.
So I know a gentleman who was a part of my family. Not going to go into who he is. I think we've spoken about this before, actually. He was out of the military, I think, for almost 20 years, and he was a Gulf War veteran, infantry, and he didn't do his claim until 2012, 2011.
Right. Oh God, so that's a lot of.
He got
years.
$90,000 in back pay back.
Right.
$90,000 in back pay.
Yeah, because they backdate. They will backdate to your ETS date, basically. Yep. So that's exactly what they do, and that's why we just want to encourage you guys. Don't feel guilty. You have nothing to be ashamed of. You did a service to your country, and because our country has some institutions in place, you know, and because of certain events that have occurred specifically within the United States over the last little over 100 years, basically since the end of World War I, these institutions are in place to protect and help veterans and assist veterans in their lives. Now we'll get into a whole nother, you know, open fucking Pandora's box about the VA another goddamn day on the show.
Everyone's got
This warning applies to all areas receiving this broadcast. This message will...
There we go. Back again? Are we back in black?
I think we are. Hang on.
I'm seeing it on. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing our beautiful faces. Wait, no.
Are we moving?
We were for a second. Now we're not again.
Oh yeah. Wait.
Wait for it.
Yeah, we're back.
Are we?
Oh yeah. It says. Oh yeah. There we are.
Are we? All right.
All right. So yeah. Okay. So now we were at the
Hang on.
point where you were saying.
I'm
that
still
they're
waiting
coming
for it.
in.
Let me hang on a second. I want to let me refresh my screen. Let me double check on my end and see what it's doing on my end. Hang on.
Doc Shop, what's up, man?
Oh,
Hey, you missed.
I'm just gonna assume we're live. I'm gonna have to stop watching the feed because I'm not
Yeah,
getting.
we're good. We're live now. Hey,
All
Doc.
right, so
Doc, thank you so
Doc.
much. We just earlier we were talking about what you did last week for the veterans and stuff. So come back into when I have the episode uploaded, you get to hear all the good stuff. It was beautiful. So thank you.
absolutely,
So
absolutely. Thank
where
you
were
very
we
much.
at? So
John.
we were talking about how these guys come in.
So okay, so basically the House of Cards will start to collapse basically when you start losing middle management. Okay, like what in the corporate world would be considered middle management. Okay, it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable for any company at all to lose everybody in the middle while you have fresh cherry newbies and then people who have been in for like a billion years. Okay, that concept in a business or a corporate world is not sustainable whatsoever.
Yeah.
The Army has been denying that there's a problem with this since the Iraq War was still raging. Okay, like before you and me joined.
Yeah.
And by the time I joined 2010, I was hearing this argument as a private. The Army does not have a retention problem. The Army does not have a retention problem. Now, with a lot of recent events and, as the world keeps fucking rolling and changing, we have seen more junior and mid-rank NCOs leaving the Army in droves. Not just leaving the Army, like they're leaving in droves, not re-enlisting. And when you build up your leadership and right when they become leaders, they're getting out, that leaves you with a giant lack of what should become senior leaders. Okay? So the Army has plenty of senior leaders and they've got more than enough recruits, right? Like here and there. So what is the Army's solution to this fucking problem? Throw money at fucking recruits. Wait.
I still don't see the recruits.
Why are we throwing money? Why are we throwing money at recruits and not trying to retain the people that we already had in place and convince them the Army is better than the outside world?
Who?
That's it. Fucking Army, you're fucking it up again. You're fucking it up again.
I don't, and it's messed up because money is not okay. Money's nice.
It's not necessarily. Money is not necessarily the issue here. Money is the issue with people that choose to stay in, and there's a giant lack of what I would call career diversity, especially in certain MOSs. There's a lack of the ability to, do this problem. This problem is such a tangled web of different issues that Mother Army has. It's hard to get into this problem and talk. It's hard to get into this problem and really truly talk about retention without bringing up like several different other areas of the United States Army. Yeah. Go ahead. I see it. Go ahead.
Norse Mandalorian, you're here. Thank you for stopping by, my brother.
Streaming royalty in the motherfucking house.
The Norse Mandalorian family,
dude.
Man. That's a hell of a family right there. That's a gaming family.
That's a warrior family. That's a motherfucking warrior family.
That name is so cool.
Talking about.
That name is so cool, by the way.
The Norse Mandalorian. Fucking.
Now before we get to the final thought and all that stuff, what if you had never joined the Army? If you had never been in, And you're at this age, I don't think they could take you in anyway. I think it's only by voucher.
Oh yeah. Oh no. I'm well past. Like they had waivers when I joined because of the Afghanistan surge. I went to basic training with some fucking ancient dudes. Okay, I did. That there are still older guys allowed to go to basic training now. I say older, but I think the current limit is it's somewhere in the 30s.
Yeah, I think it's 35.
When I was in basic training, they had waivers for guys in their early 40s.
Yeah.
No shit.
So my question is to you: if they're just throwing out money to recruit people now, what is your price tag? What's your price tag to get Jay Campbell in the Army if he never went in?
Oh, if I was 41 years old right now and had never been in,
yeah, had the waiver and everything,
I wouldn't do it.
No,
I would. No, and it's not because I didn't. No, it's too late. It's just too late, man. I would not join the Army at 41 years old right now for the exact same reason why I'm not going to ever buy, own, and ride a motorcycle. Does that make sense?
Oh, yep. That makes all the sense in the world.
That's it. It's not because I didn't like being in the Army or I thought the Army sucked or, I'm gonna go fucking cry in my beer. I'm too fucking old. Like it's like when you watch the aging UFC fighter, the aging boxer, where it's like going out for one last ride, right? It's like I'm getting a little long in the tooth to have fucking adventures that could end in fucking like bodily dismemberment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting a little long in the tooth for that shit. Yeah, so it's like it's almost it was a blessing in disguise. Just me getting out of the Army the way I got out, it was a blessing in disguise because I was getting. It's not that I can't keep up physically or mentally or any of that shit. It's just that, motherfucker, you're a dad now. You got children. Like you're getting a little long in the fucking tooth to be throwing yourself sometimes daily into the jaws of death. Like you're getting a little fucking old for that shit. Like grow the fuck up, Peter Pan. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was able to do that due to circumstances, and that's kind of where I sit now. And so I was very fortunate in my Army journey. Very, very fortunate. Literally from the day I went to the recruiting station for the first time until fucking the day I received my DD-214. And now, as we talked earlier about some of the benefits when you file your disability claim with the VA. Like my journey specifically, anecdotally, just Jay Campbell, I was extremely fucking fortunate. Extremely, and I am not lost on the fact that there are a lot of veterans from all branches, service, DOD wide, that do not share positive experiences from their time in service. Yeah. And so I don't ever want to come off as aloof to some of the issues that veterans face on the backside of their time in service. Like I'm not aloof to this shit. Like I know a lot of veterans out there struggle like a motherfucker. I struggle with a lot of shit, and I've discovered a lot more shit that I struggle with now that I've gotten out, because when I was active duty, I didn't even have time to fucking process that shit. It literally is one of those things in your brain you just fucking shove completely to the goddamn back burner, fucking sit it and forget it. You know what I mean? Like, well, I sat it and forgot it, and then I got my DD-214, and all of a sudden all that stuff just immediately fucking bubbled to the fucking surface like a fucking goddamn water on a fucking stove, dude. Like just immediately, water's already boiling, and you're processing a lot of that stuff. So yeah, sorry, I'm ranting. I'm ranting in a good way, but I'm ranting.
Yeah, but it's so true. It's so true, and that's just how the cookie crumbles.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. So
and guys, just big shout outs: Norse Mandalorian, 80s Babies Gaming, BlazeOnline, Paleo Giant, actually
Yumi and Lore podcast.
Yumi and Lore podcast. They came out with several great episodes that
yes, they really did.
Dude,
I don't even give a fuck about Halo, dude. And their entire series on Halo, like the lore.
They should write the series straight up.
It is so. That's a podcast, and again, because I met a guy like you, because I got back into gaming. You know what I mean? Like I never would have given him the first flying finger fuck about listening, even from one of my buddies on a podcast. And I don't mean that in a negative way.
No, yeah.
if I have a buddy and he's got a podcast, like I'll support that shit. I'll rock it
Hell
all fucking day.
yeah.
I'll wear the T-shirt. But if I don't listen to it, don't get mad at me because it just might not be my thing, right? Like that's like we're all adults here, and it's like I'll support my brothers, freaking and sisters all goddamn motherfucking day.
Yep.
You know, one tribe, motherfuckers, one goddamn tribe.
Yes,
And
sir.
it's all a humanity, one tribe, dude. But don't expect me to be a point by point fucking like historian on the shit. You know what I mean? And I don't expect all my friends to fucking listen to our shit.
Yeah.
They grew up with me. You think they want to listen to me fucking rant for fucking 2 hours every fucking week? Fuck no, dude.
Listen,
no.
I think some of our friends are so miserable enough that they have to hear us on a daily basis that they would rather not.
Thank you. Fucking thank you.
That's just all with love. We're not trying to be Debbie Downers or something. We know who we are.
That's right.
We know who we are.
Exactly.
We know. Listen, I know I talk a lot. Jay knows he's jaded. You know, we're very self-aware of our feelings and who we are.
Jaded is a very, very fucking polite way of putting it, bro. Like,
he's innocent. Don't.
Oh yeah, I'm innocent.
Well, guys, I just want to, we're coming to the end of the show. Serious note, we don't like to delve into the burdens of the celebrity world, but when suicide comes into play, and there's we're talking about two major celebrity deaths that occurred this week, it really goes to show that cloud, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. I've said this before. It's not prejudice. It doesn't stop in a particular person. It comes when it wants to, just like literally just like a fucking thunderstorm, just like you just had, you're in a storm today.
Yep.
It just comes, rest in peace, to the judge, to Naomi Judd.
Yeah.
Condolences to the family and to Trevor Stern.
I grew up hearing the Judds,
very
and later Winona when she went solo, but because of my parents and because of where I grew up, here, because my family was from here in Kansas City, I grew up listening to a lot of country music, whether I liked it at the time or not, which for a long time I didn't. I grew up listening to it. Like I grew up on the Judds, basically. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
And it's so interesting that you say that too, because I grew up on Black Dahlia murder.
Right.
I grew. So we both
we lost the lead singer this week.
And it's so crazy, because we're not going to get into the details of what happened, obviously, because that's not what this show is
it's not what it's about. Yeah, that's exactly. It's not what it's about.
What it's about is that when these tragedies were posted, both announcements were both in the bottom was the National Suicide Hotline number. And these, we talk about it every week,
every single week.
I myself, I had a really hard week this week. I'm pretty stressed out, but
bro, the night before, like, I found out my claim was closed finally, right?
Yeah.
Like it was one of those like, just yeah, and just
yeah.
There's stress, there's worry. Working my balls off, like Nikki's doing her thing. She's like just building that bridge, man. Like just keeping the whole goddamn pontoon fucking bridge afloat. Yep. Unlike a certain pontoon bridge that got mortared all to fuck, by Ukrainians when the Russians tried to cross the river. Okay, like our pontoon bridge was fucking like the artillery was fucking landed on like either side, and we were just sitting there like just tight. Just fucking like walking like ducks in a row, dude. And then I woke up the next morning and I don't know what the fuck it was. Something said, open your freaking banking app. And there it was.
Yeah.
And it was like, all right. Like, I'm like, okay. Like it took me a few minutes. I had to process what my fucking eyes were telling me. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You rubbed them a few times.
Yeah, just like holy shit.
Shut down the app, I bet too.
Restarted I did. Oh no, I called my bank. I called my fucking bank. I called my bank to make sure that it was legit.
Yeah.
Like put it that way.
And it goes to show you, we all have bad days. We all have bad days, guys. And And there's actually something that we haven't promoted here before, and that we probably should start promoting here more, other than the National Suicide Prevention Hotline, 1-800-273-8255, 273-TALK. There's also, you could text GO to 741-741 to reach a trained crisis counselor through Crisis Text Line, a global not-for-profit organization, for free 24/7. And if you don't want to talk to them, you can.
Hey man, I will always. I spent the last 2 years of my military career in the Army as a mid-rank NCO. I went to behavioral health. I saw a therapist for the last 2 years. I was in the Army. I am going to be going back to be seeing a therapist like very shortly now, and I'm looking forward to it because it helped me. It helps me process stuff. Like this podcast that me and John do, it helps me and John process shit. So we've talked on this show many times about seeking catharsis and seeking healing instead of seeking things that just continue to cloud and shroud everything. Open yourself up to the idea that it is okay to fucking cry sometimes. Don't listen. My character on this show is way more abrasive than I am actually in real life. Okay, I want to make that very clear. Like, I do this bit on this show. I am not quite this abrasive in real life. I can be, but you're never gonna really see that side of me. Like, just sitting down eating at a restaurant, right? Like, it's very much a show. And
spend long nights with this guy, and you'll see it.
You will see it. Like, I like to stay calm and centered. There are days where I wake up, and when I was still living in Colorado before we moved out here to Kansas City, John, after I got my DD-214, there were days where I would wake up, I would take the girls to school, I would go back home, and I literally laid down in my bed, and I didn't get out of my bed again until it was time to go pick the girls up from school. And I just want you guys all out there to know that, like, we're all here for each other, and like, we understand what those days are like. And I am not very far removed from having those days. I still have days like that. There are days where I'm getting ready to go work what me and John kind of like jokingly refer to as like a dream job. I'm getting ready to go work at like fucking Kauffman Stadium, to go watch a baseball game, which, by the way, I'm like the security guard on the fucking field.
Yo,
I'm watching a major league fucking baseball game from the fucking field. But I have to talk myself into fucking stepping outside my fucking door of my house. And I have to like pump myself up. I have to motivate myself some days to do that, because it does get hard, and the weights get heavy. And we're here to tell you guys that, like, it's okay to let somebody take some weight out of your rucksack and let them carry it with you. They're not going to carry it forever, okay? But they can put it back in your rucksack when you're ready to let it go on your own. And then once you put that weight back in your rucksack, it's not a weight anymore. It's been lifted. And so we want to encourage everybody to wear their burdens lightly, in life. Shit gets fucking hard. Shit gets fucking real. Okay, you get slapped in the fucking face of reality, and you got your dick kicked in, okay, and you're spitting blood on your knees. You fucking pick your goddamn self up, okay, you brush yourself off, finish spitting out the blood, and just take the next step forward. That's all we ask. But here at DD214 Gaming Podcast, we want to remind you, we're not asking you for 5 minutes. We're not asking you for 24 hours. We only do this show weekly. So we got to ask you for 168. Make it 168 hours and meet right back here, fucking around approximately 1,000 hours Central Standard Time. That's freaking 1,100 hours Eastern Standard Time.
What?
Okay? And do the math from there. Every Sunday. Every fucking Sunday. Get through 168 hours and see us next week. And we will be here. And if you are so lost at sea, and that's the only beacon you've got, keep watching. We will be here like a beacon, shining bright with our fucking stupid sophomoric bullshit humor. Okay, Jay talking so much shit you want to sock him in the face, and John fucking ranting about video games so much you want to tell him to freaking just like whatever, right? Like, we will be here every fucking week. Okay, even if you fucking hate us, do the Howard Stern thing. Fucking listen to us because of how much you hate us and you want to make fun of us. Do it. Fucking do it. I double dare you, triple dog dare you, motherfucker. Manchester. Make fun of us. Do something if it keeps you fucking going. 168 hours, the National Suicide Hotline number, 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-TALK. Motherfuckers, talk to somebody. NCOs, I'm talking to you, motherfuckers, and you only. If you're on the other end of that fucking phone and your fucking homeboy or homegirl calls you at like 2:30 or 3 in the morning, and you ain't heard from him in like 6 months, you better answer your motherfucking phones.
They're not there to talk about the football game because the football game ended at 10.
No shit. Like, they ain't calling for no fucking reason. They're looking for a fucking voice in the wilderness. Answer your fucking phone. All right? You have no excuse. Okay? This bullshit that our society's on, where it's okay to fucking ignore fucking phone calls, fuck that. I grew up in the motherfucking 80s with a phone on the wall. All right? Fucking answering machines and like trying to be discreet when like they can pick up a phone on the other end of the house and fucking hear everything that's being said. Like, you have no idea, kids. Quit ignoring your fucking homies. All right? Love each other. Be excellent to each other. Party like a fucking rock star. Give the devil his due. And fucking let's go. Let's see if we can make it.
And
another
listen,
fucking
summer's coming, baby. America's back, all right? This is
Dude, summer is coming.
Last year, it was half throttle. This year is fucking full throttle. Let's go, baby.
Full throttle times fucking 10. You better get your ass off the couch, soldier. Get that ass off the couch and get that fucking beach body you've always wanted instead of that fucking bitch body you've always had. All right? Get out there. Let's get a tan this summer, motherfuckers. Let's get motivated.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
Goodbye.